And it's actually the old school that I was in when I was, this old school that I went to, and my father went to it in the 1930s, and it's been my recording studio. And I've made all my records here over the last 30 odd years. And like I was saying the other night there, this is my 45th year of being a traveling troubadour musician. And so I'm going to start off with this wee song, because not all the time was it good. And I wrote this song in Los Angeles, actually. I was on quite a long tour, and I was completely frazzled and stressed. And the area where the school is, the school's in a wee village of about 10 houses, and it's on a wee kind of valley between Dunkeld and Blairgowrie, which is the Tay is only the River Tay is only a couple of miles away, and I call this the Garden Valley, and this is what this wee song is called. So, now I hope you're all well, and I hope you're all been all looking after each other, and we'll see how we go on. This is really not my home. Oh, where are you, my lovely Jenny? I'm afraid and all alone. There is no peace for me. And I'm sitting in the stranger's room, playing at the stranger's table, shining empty like the moon. There is no peace for me. But in the darkness, struggle cold, I think about a garden valley, gentle as the leaves unfold, singing out along the Tay, distant and so far away. There is no peace for me. And I'm blinded by your city lights. I'll wander through these fearful places. The colors fade to black and white. There is no peace for me. These are not the friends I know. These are not their smiling faces. A desert that no one should know. There is no peace for me. But in the darkness, struggle cold, I think about a garden valley, gentle as the leaves unfold, singing out along the Tay, distant and so far away. There is no peace for me. Now I know and feel it well, poor immigrants deep sunken feeling, standing at the gates of hell. There is no peace for me. Burned out by their master's greed, cruel exile transportation, robbed of every love and need. There is no peace for me. But in the darkness, struggle cold, I think about a garden valley, gentle as the leaves unfold, singing out along the Tay, distant and so far away. There is no peace for me. And in the darkness, struggle cold, I think about a garden valley, gentle as the leaves unfold, singing out along stand so far away. There is no peace for me. Thank you very much. Once again, I'm assuming that you're clapping in front of your computers and your iPhones or wherever you're watching this wee stream. Now, I've had an incredible response to these wee shows, and I have people from all over the world kind of watching in. And so, if you're getting it loud and clear, leave us. If you're watching from some kind of exotic place like Ochtermachty, or leave a wee message on our Facebook and let us know where you're watching from. I'm going to do this wee song. I had so many requests for all kinds of different songs, and I just can't read everybody's names out because we'd be here all night. So this is another kind of love song. Well, it's vaguely a love song. Let's see, everyone. Here comes the morning, cruel and clear. There is no reasonable chance that it might disappear. Here comes the evening, it's still the same. We are just passengers upon this godless, ghostly train. But she loves me when I try. She thinks about me when I'm gone. Or she helps me when I can't hold on. And it's another market, another sale, another reason to ahead and cannot fail. But there's deadly dangers that we must endure. There are so many different ways, we never can be sure. Oh, but she loves me when I try. She thinks about me when I'm gone. Or she helps me when I can't hold on. And there is no ending to this tale. There is no destination on this long and restless rail. Here comes the morning, cruel and clear. There is no reasonable chance that it might disappear. Oh, but she loves me when I try. She thinks about me when I'm gone. Or she helps me when I can't. And she loves me when I try. She thinks about me when I'm gone. Or she helps me when I can't hold on. Thank you very much, and that was my song, She Loves Me When I Try. And just to explain to you, Jenny and I are doing this whole kind of broadcast sort of with an automated system, you know. Just before this all kind of locked down, luckily my clever son invented a system where we could switch a button on and the cameras would cut between the different cameras. And so there's just me and Jen in the old school. For the last couple of weeks, it's only been me and Jen. So, and if you see this guy here, this is Mr. Potato Head. For those of you who I should introduce you to Mr. Potato Head. Now because it's automated, this thing, I have to set up the cameras and focus the cameras, and so I use Mr. Potato Head to focus the cameras. And but you'll notice that he hasn't had any solos tonight so far because he's been getting a wee bit big-headed and getting a wee bit full of himself. And he was even asking me today if he could have his own Instagram page and things like that. And people have been texting and saying, "Does Mr. Potato have any?" So he's playing some nice guitar, but no solos tonight for Mr. Potato Head, just because he's a wee bit. Anyway, this is the point when I do a wee song where we can all sing. And I wrote this song in Australia. I've been lucky over the years to spend a lot of time in Australia, and I was very lucky. I did a couple of tours very early on where I would fly in these little four-seater airplanes up into the Northern Territories and play all these weird places like Mount Isa and Catherine. And I wrote this song in Gove, up in right up on the very north up there. And because I just fell in love with Australia, and this was a song I wrote after reading a book about the Aborigines and the song lines and the fact that they have this incredible system of songs. And so the chorus of this is very easy. You sing, in your singing land, shine on, oh shine on, over me. And I know there's a lot of Australians watching. I think it's breakfast time for the Australians, but and I know I've got a lot of family in Australia, so I'll just say a quick hello to the family. And so this is for you guys. Now, when I was over there, I actually got one of these. Now, you can buy a boomerang. This is an Australian Aboriginal boomerang. You can buy a boomerang in the shops, but they're not really. They're all kind of mass-produced and stuff. But this is an actual real one. And the reason I was told how I could, it was from an actual, from some travellers. And because the lovely, I don't know if you can see this on the camera, but the lovely design, they're just put on for the ceremonies. They're not permanent. If you buy one now in a shop, it's all mixed with the ochre is mixed with glue to make it permanent. But for the Aborigines, nothing was permanent. Nothing. They just believed in the moment, and so everything was just of the present, And so this was the ochre here is just if you rubbed it with your fingers, you would rub it off, and that's how it's known. So I was going to give you a wee bit of a demonstration. So I thought I would throw the boomerang, and it'll go round. I've been really good at it now. It'll go round the room and come back here, and I'll catch it. Jenny's just ducked down. No, I'm actually joking. That wouldn't work in here, but that's the real thing. And actually, they weren't really thrown in the air much. They were actually thrown along the ground. They were thrown like a wheel along the ground to get game, to get food. So that's it, my little show and tell part of the evening. And so we'll try this wee chorus. In your singing land, shine on, oh shine on over me. And if you get this and you're doing good, send me a wee video on your phone of you singing it along with your laptop or something. Or put it on Facebook. Burning skies are never ending across your red brush plains, and out where the dingo still is king and eternity remains, there between the old and ancient desert oasis bright, you gentle children who have gone, well, they're close to me tonight in your singing land, in your singing land. Shine on, oh shine on over me. That's what you sing. Try it. You sing. Shine on, oh shine on over me. There's a feeling still in Deary, there's a feeling strong. The path humanity has come, and the path that he has gone. And me, I am just passing 60 years and 10. And I'm just a stranger who may never come this way again. And you're singing land, and you're singing land. Shine on, oh shine on over me. Try again. You're singing. You're singing land, shine on, oh shine on over me. Go on, Mr. Potato Head, play a few licks. Under the spell, a caterpillar dreaming, new life shapes its form. Along the river's naked banks that are straining for the storm. On sacred rock, in thunder ocean, the tree of man grows clear. The woodlarks sing, the brogues dance, oh, and dawn is slipping near. And you're singing land, and you're singing land. Shine on, oh shine on over me. And you're singing. Shine on, oh shine on over me. This way you do it on your own. You're singing. And again, sounds good. Go on. You're singing. You're singing land, and you're singing land. Shine on, oh shine on over me. Second last time. You're singing land, and you're singing land. Shine on. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed that wee sing-song there, sing along with Dougie MacLean. in Butterstone. I'm going to do finish with this wee song, and I was saying earlier on that there's so many people been writing in, and I've got a wee list of. I read out all the countries the other night there. There's kind of normal countries that people are watching from, but we got some more today, which was amazing. Some people were saying they're going to be watching from Mexico, from Greenland, and somebody's watching from Jerusalem, Lopez Island in the San Juan Islands off Washington State. I have never heard of it, I must admit, but it sounds like an amazing place. Somebody watching from Costa Rica, somebody watching from Switzerland. Used to do a lot of concerts in Switzerland many years ago. Somebody watching from Brazil, Tahiti, and Iceland. And my favourite, actually, and it's my friend Tashi is watching in Kathmandu. So hi Tashi, if you're catching this. My son Jamie just wrote a whole bunch of music for a wonderful documentary about the Sherpas in Kathmandu, and Tashi came and visited us here. So I've got my prayer flags all hanging out around my shed. Anyway, I thought I would do this wee song. It's been a beautiful day today here in Perthshire. Very cold, but the sun's shining and the crocuses are coming out and the wee birds are starting to sing and everything kind of just starts to feel kind of lovely, you know. And in these troubled times, it's kind of like a funny wee kind of reassurance, you know, that stuff still goes on. And I also take this point to thank all the people that are out there at on the front line of this most unusual, traumatic time we're all having, and all the national health workers and their health carers and workers, and not just them, but all the people that are working, delivering parcels, food. They're out there today. My bin men came past, and I give them a big thumbs up. You know, they went past in their truck, and I give them a big shout and thank them for being out there, just keeping the whole wheels of our lives going. And I'll thank you very much for that, particularly the National Health Service workers and health workers, because that is a very difficult place to be, and I really appreciate you all being there. And so thank you very much. I'm going to finish with this. It's called Gloomy Winter's New Wall. It's a song by a Paisley poet called Robert Tannahill, who was a contemporary of Robert Burns's and wrote some beautiful stuff. In fact, he wrote the original song, Wild Mountain Time. It was called The Braes of Balwhidder originally, I think. Here we go. So we'll try this and see how we go on. Gloomy winter's new wall, soft the westland breezes blow, among the barks on Stanley shore, and Mavis sings Fucheerio, and sweet the crowflower's early bell, Dick's Gleniffer's dewy dell, bloomin' like your bonny cell, my young, my artless dearie-o. Come, my lassie, let us stray o'er Glenkilloch's sunny brae, and blithely spend the gowden day midst joy that's never weary-o. Towering o'er the Newton woods, lavrocks fan the snow-white clouds, Suller socks with downy buds adorn the banks sae breery-o, and round the sylvan fairy nooks Feathery brackens fringe the rocks, beneath the brae the burnie jukes, and ilka thing is cheerio. The trees may bud and birds may sing, flowers may bloom and verdure spring, but joy to me they cannae bring, unless we my dearie-o. Gloomy winters knew a wall, soft the westland breezes blow, among the barks o' Stanley Shaw, the mavis sings fu cheerio. But trees may bud and birds may sing, flowers may bloom and verdure spring, joy to me they cannae bring, unless we my dearie-o. Thank you very much, and that was Robert Tannehill's beautiful Gloomy Winters Knew a War. And I'll leave you with that, and thank you very much for tuning in. I hope you've enjoyed the wee half hour. I'd love to thank all my family as well, who are, my son and daughter are both working computers in different parts of Perthshire here, just making sure that everything's all happening. And Tanya and Taj and my grandsons Callum and Lewis, who should be watching on their big giant screen. But hi guys, hope it worked okay for you. So anyway, I'll leave you with this. I'll leave you now, and thank you very much for tuning in. And we're going to do this every 2 nights. So if you don't hear anything, I'm going to try and keep it going every 2 nights. So not tomorrow night, but the next night. And it gives me something to do. We're all locked into Butterstone here. So good night. You all take care of yourselves. Aichava, and I'll see you in a couple of days.